Alright, so the spacing is off, and I actually printed the file wrong in the first place. Um, so it would have failed because I started printing this inner part here, and then it would have had to have tried to print from there, so it was going to fail. But we now know the holes are in the wrong spot anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But some of them might be right. I suspect that this mark right here actually was correct. And then one of these is wrong because it's a mirrored image of the other one. So I'm gonna got to get back into Tinkercad, but this is going to be a little bit more complicated because I've made so many different copies of different things to get where I'm at. But we're not too far. I mean, you know, it's just a little bit more work. All right, at this point, I'm just gonna have to guess, and so then I'm gonna come in here, remove this, clear the build plate. We'll just have to hope that this is close, and just have to print it and find out. And maybe I actually could print it where I can stop the print and then just kind of, you know, do like a test print. So it's upside down for where I want it. I can't print it that way. If it's successful, it would be an aborted print. We just need to rotate it. Lay it flat, and that's probably good right there. Okay. 100% infill. Got to print this 100%. PETG. I would not use PLA unless you just want to make one for mocking up. But why practice learning how to print something that you're not going to use anyway? Let's see. X 6100 Z. Now I gotta go save it to my disk and try and print. So I'm going to drill this. I did one already. They're kind of hard to get them to stay. So basically, gotta hold it. Just kind of get it started, then double check it that it didn't move again. It's a real pain. And then we just moved it on accident. This stuff is really a pain to drill. So it looks like we're still meshed up pretty good here. Trying to get this one. Good Lord. Come on. So the PETG, it's kind of nasty when you're drilling it, and it leaves a lot of crap behind. It dries kind of hard. So I did that one all the way through because there's nothing in the way there. And then these other ones, I'll have to move it around. Just make sure they're still centered up, and I probably can do the little one if I'm careful. I just basically, I want to make a mark on it so that way I can just remove this like this. Okay. So now we have our marks in here. and we just get it cleaned up. And these ones, some of them right up here, they seem to be off a little bit compared to my jig, but they're pretty close. So with this one here, I'm going to take it and just kind of, if I can get it very close. These things are really strong. It looks pretty close. Come on. Boy. That might come out. So, this is what I don't like doing, is stuff like this, but yeah, so they're pretty close. So we get in here and we'll just take and do the last of these. They don't need to be super accurate. We just need them to be close enough. See how this stuff really chews up? So if you go too fast, you actually start having more problems because the PETG starts to kind of melt funky. But we're going to have to drill more than one hole. We'll take, and later on we'll take another bit and we'll go like that to make the face of it. I mean, if you're going to do it, you can do it however you want. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. Like if you're using different screws. If you're using the heat inserts that were intended by the original designer, then I guess it won't matter. So there we go. Now we got a mess everywhere. It's okay. I'm trying to pick it up and put it in the garbage here. So, if you're going to use drywall screws like these, which they seem to work just fine, they're probably going to sit out around the edge. You could put them on there like that if you don't care, but I think personally it doesn't look good. If you can find some screws that have a smaller head that are around this size, they'll work just fine. So I'm going to take these two here and just match them up to these for now, and then I'm going to put it back on the radio. So I just use, something like this. I could use, that's probably fine. So I don't want to get too big with it. Give myself a little bit of room so I don't protrude too far over the edge like I did on the other ones. But it's just like experimental work in progress, So basically, now these things are really grabby. As far as the, I'm gonna put my drill on the slow speed. It seems like it's in the truck. Crooked. Okay. So they will really grab, I'm serious, like, you gotta be careful. It'll just start chewing up, and now you've damaged your print. We gotta see it started to grab. And when it grabs, and it usually will tear it up. So that's what we want to do, is just get a little bit on there, but this probably requires a little bit more. But the one way I can keep from going out further with it is probably to just get another bit that will accommodate for the shoulder, because as these things sit right now, they're going to be in there like that. They actually need in the middle, they need to be clearanced. So you can get an in-between drill bit and hog that out a little bit, or you can just go a little further. I mean, like, it's up to you. This is where a really small step drill bit would be kind of cool, but I don't have anything like that. Just want to take your time, you know. But if you don't use these bits, or I mean, excuse me, these kind of screws, you're not going to have this issue. See, that one's almost flush now. So it just depends on how you want to do it. See, I'm getting impatient. But anyway. This side over here is a little bit too close. It's just kind of how it is. Alright, we get that one. Now, we get the other one. Went too far. Like I said, I'm going to be giving away some prototypes. Okay. I don't know if I'm good enough on those or not. I gotta be close. Okay. So, now you check and see what it looks like. Yeah, they're not quite there. It's close. So we'll take and get another bit out of here, put this one back in here, and we'll see if we can find something that might work a little bit better to accommodate the shoulder. Come down here in one of these. This is where I did this on the other one, and it really got me. So, see? Immediately grabs, and when it does, it's not fun. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that idea because I don't want to do that again. I remember now how it grabbed really bad. So maybe something maybe a little bit smaller, maybe, I don't know, like, I'm not sure, but not as big as that one. So let's see. Okay, see how it really grabbed. Oh Lord, when they grabbed, man, I'm telling you. Okay. Let's get this other one that. And you could probably go bigger on the holes anyways. That's one of the old ones. Okay, I think we might be good. So they're definitely sitting in there a little bit better. A little more work could be done, but so you get the idea of what I'm doing though. Okay, so let's get these on the radio. Can we get this one and this one? Okay, these are the old ones, and they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. Let's see, these are brand new. I don't like how this one printed. I think there was a shift in this one, so we're not going to use those. We're not going to use that one. We'll use the ones that we know are already tapped. So get a bunch of these. So we take the radio and make sure we might have a problem with this one here where we're gonna have to, we might not be able to get this one on. This is the one that shifted. Okay. Wait, never mind. I was putting it on wrong. Okay. Although I do think, yeah, it's gonna possibly need a little trimming. Okay. We'll have to see when it gets on there where it's gonna sit. Can you guys still see that? Okay. All right. So this one, we go right here, just like that, and keep dropping stuff. Okay. Looks crooked. I can't tell. Oh boy. So I think we've already run into our first problem. So that hole there is nowhere near where it needs to be, unfortunately. And I'm wondering if this somehow got drilled out for this one. So I don't think we're going to be able to use this. See which one lines up better. Okay, so that's wrong. That's in the wrong spot. So let's see if any of it's in the right spot. What's funny is I drilled this out. I'm using the jig, but apparently these aren't the same. I wonder how that happened. Never mind. I've got everything in here upside down. Losing my marbles. Okay. It looks like it's hanging up on something in this one. So I'm going to need to take and do a little adjustment on this. We'll just do it right here, right on the fly. Okay. There's a lip in here. I wish I had one of these fancy 3D printer tools, you know. It's like a little scalpel thing. So I'm pretty sure this one did shift, but it doesn't matter because we're printing a new one right now, but in the meantime I want to make sure it's pretty close. So you guys can see right there, there's just a little bit of a lip and maybe a little bit in the corner here. We'll get that out of there. Looks pretty good on, not as bad on this corner. I don't know if something happened when I did the mirror of the image, but look at this little, we're almost done here. This is like a very rapid way to do this. I sure don't like grinding this stuff or anything like that. Real pain. I'd rather do it like this. A little bit more. Okay. Still a little bit there, but it should be better. We'll see. It's hanging on something over here. Oh, I see. So up in here, there's a little bit of a lip too, but it's in the other direction. But if I come in and take a little bit off of the edge, it would be less likely to hang. Okay. It's got to be close. There we go. Still not sitting on there properly. Interesting. Let me try one of these other ones and see. Not that one. I just want to make sure that the end isn't different there. Where's the other one? Yeah, it sits all the way flat, so we're gonna have to rework this a few times. I'll be back in a little bit. Right, well, a whole lot of clearancing because of the shift. Yeah, it caused some problems. We got it. Let's go ahead and get the top part here. Start right here. Go over here. We're all lining up. That's good. Okay. The screwdriver went where? Oh wow, look, our other thing's almost done printing. That's how long I've taken to do this. Okay. This one here is not wanting to go in as easily. Okay. Now I'm going to do the other part. I'm not sure which way. I have to look at it and see which way is it supposed to go. Because we changed the design a little bit. Yeah, so I think that's correct right there. It doesn't really matter. Might be missing a screw over here. I think one of them wandered onto the other side. So these are very, very close together on this one, unfortunately. But I find that these work really good for this, so it's a good way for me to prototype this thing. We need, I'm gonna have to hold it like that. Okay, so we got, I noticed when I put the other one together there was a little bit of iffiness in the lengths and stuff, so we'll see how this goes. They actually like bowed in the middle. Might be missing a screw still. Oh, there it is. I see it. So these work pretty good with whatever the intended design was for the inserts. I don't have any inserts, and I'm not really gonna buy a bunch of them just to do this. If I was selling these or something and making them, and I wanted them to be professional like, I would certainly not use drywall screws. So there you guys go. This is the new cage, and also so now it has this little iffy spot right here, which is causing it to sit a little differently, but when the new one gets printed, that problem will go away. So basically what we've done is we just wrapped this all the way around. So now when you set your radio down, it's resting on the plastic of the ends and not the plastic of the radio. So I just thought that was like a major flaw, to have this sitting like this. where the radio part is right there. So when the other one gets done, I gotta have to print another one, and we'll match it up and see if the rails match. I forgot to close the thing on here, but it is pretty hot. It's like 95 degrees outside, and probably at least it's 78 in here. Yeah, 97 outside. I don't know if you guys can read that, and 78. So it's definitely not like printing in the winter. So this is, I reduced the speed on it because it was stringing. It's got 11 minutes left. Looking very stringy.